Hi, guys. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Today, I am so excited because today is Gingerbread House Day. I'm going to explain that as we go through, but I am so excited about today. To activate your schema, a little bit about gingerbread houses, I've included a very short video about the history of gingerbread. And this is from a reporter's point of view. So it's actually a news clip where they are reporting about the history of gingerbread. So go on to the YouTube link that I have there so that you can watch that. I think it's going to give you a lot of background knowledge as well as going through our lesson today. Today, our learning target says I can identify the main purpose of a text so I can state what the author wants to answer, explain, or describe. I will know I have it when I can write the main purpose of the text and what the author wants us to learn from the text. So again, we have our same chart that we have been looking at all week. An author can convey the purpose in different ways. The author may want to describe something, answer something, or explain something. And we said when they want to explain something, that is the how to make something, how to do something. That is explain. The author's purpose for writing a nonfiction book or text is what they want the reader to gain from the reading. Also, don't forget, we can add to this chart inform. They are giving us information based on the reading. Today, I want to talk to you just a little bit about gingerbread houses. And the reason why I use this theme today is because this afternoon, the staff at Dry Ridge Elementary are going to be having a gingerbread making contest. You heard me right. Gingerbread making contest. So we as a group, as a team, a grade level team, we are going to be creating gingerbread houses. And we have about an hour and a half to complete those. And then we are turning those into the cafeteria to be judged. And they're going to take pictures of them and post them on social media. So either Twitter or Facebook. And you and your family will get to go on and vote for which gingerbread house is the best. And so it is a big competition around here. A lot of fun getting supplies together and creation. So I can't wait to see what everyone does this afternoon. But don't forget to tune into Facebook and make sure that you vote on your favorite gingerbread house. So that is why we are learning about gingerbread today. So it says, a wonderful holiday tradition is the acting and making of a gingerbread house. It is both creative as well as tasty. But where did it all come from? How did we ever arrive at making delicious gingerbread houses, and why during Christmas time? Today we will be discussing the origins of the gingerbread house and where it came from. All right, so our first heading is, why is gingerbread called gingerbread? The term gingerbread is an old French word, and it actually means preserved ginger. The ginger root was first cultivated in ancient China and was eventually discovered that it helped to preserve both flour and meat. Because of this, ginger was baked into little crisps and then were turned into cookies in Western Europe. These cookies, or fairings as they called them, grew wide popularity at fairs, hence the name fairings. Many fairings were decorated with gilded edges and would be the foundations of what we know today as the gingerbread house. So why is gingerbread called gingerbread? It is from preserved ginger that was found in ancient China. Who invented the gingerbread house? The actual inventor of the largely unknown as gingerbread constructions can be found as far back as ancient Greece and even further back in China. But for the Europeans and us in North America, the practice of making gingerbread houses originates in Germany during the 1800s. So we're in the 2000s, then the 1900s, then the 1800s were first. So during the 1800s. As gingerbread was already used to make different forms of art, German bakers took this to the next step, basing their creation off of a very popular fairy tale from the Brothers Grimm, Hansel and Gretel. They were two children that were abandoned in a forest before discovering an edible house made of bread and sugar. Bakers took descriptions of this house from the story, and they began approximating their own take on the gingerbread house. This would be most popular during Christmas time, and it was a commonplace tradition to consume ginger snap cookies around this time as well. So who invented the gingerbread house? Germans in the early 1800s, after the story Hansel and Gretel. The next heading says, what is the purpose of a gingerbread house? The purpose of a gingerbread house is twofold: to provide an artistic medium and, of course, to eat. So in order for people to be able to be artistic, create something, but also to be able to eat it. Gingerbread houses are commonly made nowadays to express creativity in a more fun and visual, vibrant medium. With the world of sweets available, the cost of materials certainly isn't high, and the ceiling for creativity is nearly endless, creating a fun practice both for children and adults alike. Plus, afterwards, you can eat your creation, something all children can greatly appreciate. So today, we're going to label the main idea of our topics that Mrs. Steck just read. And the main idea, or the whole purpose of this story, was, how did we get the gingerbread house? So that is the overall theme. Where did it come from? Then it has detail 1, detail 2, detail 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include details from each heading. So this heading says, why is gingerbread called gingerbread? Why is gingerbread called gingerbread? And the answer is because it is called gingerbread because it is made of ginger. Made of ginger, the root that was found in ancient China. This is a root found in ancient China. Okay. The next heading is, who invented the gingerbread house? So I'm going to put that heading, who invented the gingerbread house? The Germans began creating the gingerbread house in the 1800s. After the story of Hansel and Gretel. Make sure I spelled Hansel and Gretel right. Hansel, Gretel, yes. Okay, what was the purpose of the gingerbread house? What is the purpose of the gingerbread house? It has two purposes. It said one was for creativity, for everyone to be creative, and the other one was to eat. So today, in your independent practice, you are going to be reading an article about the history of gingerbread. Some of the things that I read, or some of the things in your activating schema video may also be in the article. That's okay. There are connections there. When you finish, you are going to complete your own main idea form, just like I did. And you're going to give me details about what the article was about. Remember, for me, the article was about the history of the gingerbread. So that might be, hint, 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 the main idea of your passage. And then what I did is I just took I did the heading, and I said some of the things that were under the heading, did another heading, and so forth. So that is how you can fill out yours. I've got the hiccups. Also, I've included where you can reflect on your work. As a reader today, you learned what, and then as a reader, you struggled with what. When we get on today, we will review during guided practice just some more examples of the author's purpose and how we can understand and figure out which one it is when we need to. You guys have a great day. I can't wait to see tonight how many are voting for mine and Miss Anderson's and Miss Roy's gingerbread house on Facebook. And I don't think they're going to tell you whose is whose. So hopefully you'll be able to figure it out so you can vote for us. You guys have a great day.